So I'm just going to start with the Nine of Cups for your past. So this is what I'm getting. Something was hidden. Something was hidden. I mean, look at this curtain. So this man's hiding something behind this curtain. It feels really, I'm getting a not very good feeling here. It feels a bit claustrophobic, actually. It's like I'm really stressed. All the walls are closing in. It's kind of like that. I don't like how I'm feeling. It's like lots and lots of pressure. Pressure cooker. Lots of pressure. It's like you're in the middle of a pressure cooker. Not you, actually. Yeah, I think this is someone else. I think this is how someone was feeling. And this is someone who was close to you. I think this is a love connection, or it was, because this is in the past. Yeah, lots and lots and lots of pressure on this person. And I think there still is, actually. Yeah, they're very, very strong. On the outside anyway, or they like to show that they're strong. This is a big presence. They might actually be a big person or a tall person like this man on this card, or maybe they just have a big presence. It's like maybe they walk into a room and people look around. It might be that. But there's this kind of like, it's like they want to be in charge. That's kind of the feeling I'm getting around them. Or they like to be in charge of themselves. They like to show that they're in charge. Not in a bossy way, but they like to they don't like other people to tell them what to do or try and organise them. They like to, no, just let me do this. I know what I'm doing. And also, the thing I'm getting around them as well is they don't like to open up very much. And I'm getting that very, very clearly. I'm getting that very strongly here. So they had a lot going on the inside. Very, very stressed, and they didn't want to show this. So yeah, this is what I'm getting very clearly. They didn't want to show how they were feeling. So if they feel upset, worried, stressed, or whatever, they don't like to show that. And what I'm getting is this is a relationship that I think you might have walked away from, or you're separate, or there's some kind of division or something like that happening. It doesn't feel like they're completely away from you. It feels like there's still some little connection there. Maybe you still talk to them. I'm getting this quite clearly now. It's coming in very clearly. So yeah, I think because they kept this from you, or because they kept their feelings from you, or they kept what was going on from you, you felt really pushed away. And so yeah, they kept all these things to themselves, and they didn't let you into how they were feeling. They didn't let you see what was behind this curtain here. And I don't think they meant to do that. I don't think they wanted to do that. But it's like they had all these problems and they want to keep them inside. They wanted to keep it all inside. That's what I'm trying to say. And you felt pushed away. And I think maybe you walked away, or you distanced yourself, or something like that. And I think that's where you might be at right now. And, I think the other thing I'm getting here is I'm not chasing. I'm not going to chase them. I am not going to chase them. I'm hurt. I feel pushed away. I've walked away, or I've distanced myself, and I'm not going to chase them, because I think you've done that before in relationships. You've been the chaser. You've been chasing someone. And what you've learned from that is, I'm never going to do that ever again. So I think in this situation that I'm seeing here, even though you feel pushed away, you're not chasing them. So there are still feelings here, lots and lots of deep feelings on both sides, actually, especially for them. They have very deep feelings for you. Look at all these cups here. This is an archway of cups. So the cups are, making an arch over him. It's like they're protecting him. So they felt protected by you. Maybe you did things for them. Maybe you helped them. They felt protected by you, and they felt loved by you, and they have love for you as well. They still do. I can see that. But, part of showing that you love someone is opening up to them. And that was a huge thing that was missing here. It's like I was open with them. I was open with them, but they weren't with me. So it really hurt you. And I think you distanced yourself, or you walked. I don't think you're totally separate from this person. I'm not getting that. So, yeah, the next card you have your past is the Empress. Yeah, so funny to have this. Well, it's not funny, but because I was just talking about opening up and not opening up and all that kind of thing, and that problem, and sometimes to me this card looks a bit like that classic therapist, Sigmund Freud, and have this big beautiful rich couch, big sofa, and all his clients would lie down on the sofa, lots of Afghan rugs, all this kind of rich, red, comfortable thing that he would put up for his clients. Beautiful atmosphere. And that's what's happening on this card. Very rich, very warm, abundance, comfort, all that kind of thing. And I think you made things really comfortable for them. I think you helped them a lot. I think you made them very comfortable. You wanted to make things comfortable so they'd open up, so they felt comfortable, not pressured. And but they didn't do that. There was a lot of pressure around them outside of that. And I think you felt like, well, this is a two-way street. I'm being kind to you. I'm giving you all of me. What are you giving to me? So that's kind of what I'm getting here. There's a lot of fear here. Yeah, there's a lot of fear. A lot of fear, and this is coming from them, lots and lots of fear. It's like if I open up, if I say this, if I show them what's behind this curtain, they might reject me, I might lose them. But the problem is, by not opening up to you, they did lose you. Not totally, I don't think, but they lost you because of that you left, or you distanced, or whatever this is. There's a lot of, I'm not saying false, but it feels like they wanted you to see them in a certain way. They didn't want to look weak to you. That's what I'm seeing. They wanted to look strong. And that's a part of their makeup. There's this big presence. They can be male, they can be female. You can have big presence that are female. Of course you can. So it doesn't mean that you're female and they're male. It could be anyone. But I'm getting this I want to be strong. I want to be strong. That's kind of what I'm getting around them. Okay, so there's something else I'm getting here as well. I'm seeing an area, a space, like this is like your own space, your own room. You know what it feels like? It feels like I can do whatever I want now. I can do what I want in my space. It's my space. It's my place. That's what I'm getting. I own this. This is mine, totally mine. So it might be that you're moving to a new place. It might be just, carving out a space, corner of a room, something like that. Could be anything, could be big, small. It feels quite small, actually. So, and it feels productive. And the Empress can be about giving birth to ideas and abundance as well. So I think because of this space, if this is you might have lots of ideas coming in. I'm literally seeing writing lots of things down. It's almost like you can't write them down fast enough. You're writing, lots and lots of random things coming in. It feels fun, it feels enjoyable things that you're writing down, ideas that you want to do. It feels like work as well, because again, you've got this beautiful Empress and she's just sitting there resting, enjoying herself, but there's also this wheat in front of her, which can be about money, making money. So it might be, that you have lots and lots of ideas and you come up with an idea about something you think is quite fun. It might be a hobby or something like that. And it might turn out to be something quite lucrative. Yeah, so sometimes having your own space can give you that. It's almost like it gives you permission to do things, to create things, to do these things, to make money sometimes. Sometimes it could do the opposite, actually, because I do art, and sometimes, I've been working in a little room in the corner of my house, or a little corner of a room, I should say. And then, I've been offered this big studio, and I go in and it feels really daunting, and I can't, it feels too much for me. I can't create that. So sometimes it can be the opposite. But I think for you, if this resonates with you, you're getting this space at some time, and it's going to really inspire you. It's going to bring all these ideas in. And I am seeing something that might be lucrative that comes from that. Really, really, really nice. And it's almost like, it's almost going to feel like, how can I be making money out of this? This is something I really love doing, And I think that old idea might come from your background or your family of only hard work makes money, only horrible things make money. Things I enjoy, they're not really work. I'm getting that idea from your background. And I know you haven't, I know you're away from that. You're away from some of the old ideas in your family, but you might still have a little bit of that in you. So just be aware of that if that's you, because it's not the case. It's absolutely not the case. Anyway, I'm going to go on to the next card now. So yeah, the Four of Pentacles. So I think with this person in the Nine of Cups, this kind of person who you're not kind of person, this person that you kind of separated a bit from or distant from, you are connecting with them. You do connect with them sometimes. I'm seeing some little messages here, things like that. Little messages. Maybe have conversations with them. It's, my eye's been drawn up to the Three of Cups while I'm looking at this as well. So what I'm getting is, the Three of Cups obviously is these three women going around in a dance. And so it feels like when you have conversations with them, maybe you just have these little conversations or whatever, it's like you're having this dance of avoidance. That's what I'm getting. So it's like there's this big problem, this big thing they're hiding, this big thing you'd love to talk about. You want it all to come out in the open. You want to get this out. You want to get over this thing. But you're not talking about it. They're not talking about it. You're not talking about it. And you're doing this dance. You're going around and around and around the subject. Maybe you're talking about boring things or light comments, light conversation topics like, the weather, or I did this at work, or this person at work said this to me, or whatever. Really, really ordinary things. And so the conversation's light. This is what I'm getting. The conversation's light, but the feeling's heavy between you because you haven't worked through whatever this thing is. It's like the elephant in the room. That's what I'm getting. And I think both of you feel like, if this is you, if this is resonating, you both feel like you don't want to let go of each other. You don't want to let go of each other because you keep on having these conversations and neither one of you wants to mention this big thing because you both feel as if you talk about this, it'll topple over and you'll lose everything. You might lose them. They might lose you. Because I'm just looking at this man and he's got all these coins and it feels like if anyone came along with a finger and they just pushed him over, all the coins would fall over and he'd lose everything. So that's the fear, I think. It's like, I'm going to lose them. I'm going to lose them. And I think they're feeling that about you. And I think you might be feeling a little bit that with them, I should say. And that's why neither of you are bringing up this topic at this time, or you weren't at this time anyway. So there's all this tension here, but you're still not talking about this big thing. And you both want to keep this connection going on some level. So again, with the Nine of Cups and all these cups here, and this as well, that's showing me that you both have feelings. You both do. If this resonates with you, that's what I'm getting now. So the fourth card you have here present is the Three of Cups. So yeah, just looking down at the sequence with this and the Ten of Pentacles here. This is obviously about, yay, let's have a party, let's just have fun, let's not worry about tomorrow. And the Ten of Pentacles is the opposite. It's all about structure, money, let's be disciplined, let's build things up, let's build up some security. So I think you've had some times in your life, especially all the way through your life, you've had lots of money ups and downs. I think you've had times where you've been quite comfortable, you've been able to spend freely, maybe not totally freely, but easier. And then you've had times where everything's gone the opposite. It's gone right down to almost nothing and you've had to start all over again from nowhere. So you've had lots of these ups and downs in your finances. And I think now you're at a point in your life in the Ten of Pentacles where you're just saying, well, I'm very structured now because I've really learned from those ups and downs. I've really learned from that. And what that's taught me is I need to save. I need to have savings there. I need to be organized so that, excuse me, that's my sore throat, so that if I have the ups, I don't overspend. I don't go crazy like these women. They're pretty much drunk. So I don't go crazy. I don't lose my head. I still save what I can in those times for times when the money goes down. And then I can maybe use some of my savings because I've been sensible. So all of that kind of thing I'm getting from you. And now what I'm getting is with this thing that's coming in, the Empress, because it's right next to this card, right next to the Ten of Pentacles. When this idea comes in, and it's a very, I'm seeing this, it's quite a lucrative idea. It's going to come in. It feels like a hobby. Again, it feels like something fun, but it's going to really, really help you financially. It's going to be a big, big, big positive thing for you financially. So what that's showing me is it's coming in at the right time for you. If you had this idea at these times when you're having these ups and downs, it would have been the wrong time for you. Maybe you would have spent all the money. Maybe you wouldn't have had enough savings to carry you through with this thing, because it's going to turn into some kind of business idea, I think, probably eventually. And so you've got those savings to help you in this business venture. And a while ago, you wouldn't have had that. So it's coming at exactly the right time for you financially, exactly the right time. So just know that things happen at the right time, and you're at this stable point in your life, especially when it comes to finances, money, planning, where you're going to be able to do this. So it's coming in at the right time. I'm repeating myself, I know. And the other thing is, if this is a hobby or something really fun that you're taking into, or that you're turning into something financially, I should say, you might have a little bit of a problem with some attitudes around you, especially family. I'm seeing family here. Because sometimes with some people that have these old attitudes, and I've seen this before, they have this attitude of only hard things, only horrible things, only difficult things bring you money. And if it's fun, then it's not fair. It's not real money. So it's that kind of attitude. And so a lot of people don't take these fun kinds of things seriously. So I think you might have a bit of that in your family. I was seeing this before, actually, in the Nine of Cups, maybe, or the Empress. I can't remember. It was somewhere there. Anyway, so, I think for you, I've seen this in your readings before, actually, a bit of a separation between you and some of your family members. I think you've broken away from an establishment. That's what the Ten of Cups can be as well, or Ten of Pentacles, I should say. It can be about the establishment. We've got this established family here with the old man, and looking over what he's earned, looking over what he's achieved. So you've broken away from some kind of an establishment. And I think you might still have some of those old attitudes, not that you believe in them, but you might still have a little bit of a hangover from, maybe I shouldn't be doing this. Maybe it's not really work. Maybe unless I'm doing something really horrible or hard, it's not real money. You've got to try and lose that attitude. You've got to try and lose that. And because I think this is really going to be a success, actually, because you've got the Three of Cups here, which can be abundance. You've got the Empress, which is an abundance, and you've got all these pentacles here. So it's going to go really, really well for you. So it's just try and, if you get these comments, oh, you're not really working, oh, you're just lazy, just get ready for that to happen and prepare for that. And think about how you feel about that yourself, and think about changing some of your inner talk and inner thoughts and inner feelings about that whole kind of thing, because I think there is a little bit of a hangover that's come from your family where you're a little bit apprehensive about doing anything fun for work. So if that makes sense to you, just think about that and maybe work through that. So the last card you have here present is the Seven of Wands. Yeah, look at this. This is family resistance. You know what? I think if you get the attitude from them, it's going to make you work even harder. It's going to make you push against them. Look at this man. So you're going to be like, okay, you can say whatever you like about me, and I can feel however I like. I can have all this hangover from all this or whatever, but it's going to push me farther. It's going to make me work even harder. And I'm really, really happy to see that attitude coming from you. Really, really good. But with this resistance, this card can be about feeling a bit ganged up on, feeling alone around a group of people. So I think in your family, you've had that kind of feeling around them. You might have actually literally had people in your family gang up on you. It feels like you've moved away from a lot of that. You're still in contact with some of them. And I think sometimes word gets back to people. It might be gossip, a bit of gossip hanging around or things like that. So I just feel as if I have to say this to someone. I know you're probably already doing this, but go toward the people your instincts are leading you toward. Because we can create family out of anyone. Doesn't matter who it is. Doesn't have to be blood relatives. Doesn't have to be the same race, religion, whatever age. It can be all kinds of different people. It doesn't matter. As long as you feel as if you're close to them, as long as you have those instincts and you feel comfortable around them, that's the person for you. If they make you feel yourself, if you feel yourself around that person, that's the person for you. Because again, I'm seeing a little bit of a hangover, a kind of a blood's thicker than water thing that some of these people in your family might have. Again, I think you've moved away from most of that. There might still be a little bit of that inside you. So that's something to work on if that's you. And use your instincts as a guide, as a map. That's what they are. They're a map to lead you toward people who you're supposed to be around and to guide you away from people who you're not supposed to be around. And I do think there are some family members, especially because I'm seeing this ganging up, I'm seeing this kind of bullying almost. Might be that. I hope it's not that bad. If it is, you definitely want to stay away from anyone like that, even from listening to them, even from being in the same room as them. If they're a bully, you want to stay away. So I just needed to tell someone that as well. So the first card you have, your future, is the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, so yeah, this is obviously very serious. This is about serious work. Okay, so yeah, I think this is about this love connection here. And what I'm getting is they've worked really hard for something, maybe even for years. They've worked on something, might be a business they've built up or something like that. Yeah, there's a threat. There's a threat here. It feels like someone threatened them, or they threatened to take this away. It's like, you've worked for years and years, I'm threatening to take this away, or something like that. Or they put some kind of block in front of them. Someone's threatening them, or they feel threatened. Okay, this is what I'm getting. I'll take it all away. I'll take it all away. Look at how hard this man's working. So it's like they built everything up, and they felt like someone was going to take it all away from them. So, do you know what this looks like? It looks like someone can't let them go. Yeah, it might be an axe. It might be an axe of theirs. So, it might be a business they've built up. It might be some kind of work that they think's being threatened, or someone's threatening to take it away from them, or something like that. It might be family, it might be children. It might be that they've put a lot of work into being a good parent. And that might be what's being threatened. Maybe they feel as if they can't see their children. It's something like that, something they've worked really hard on that's being threatened, or they feel like that. It's like they're afraid of the possibility of things being taken away. That's what I'm getting really clearly. So if that's what's happening, I don't agree with them that they kept this from you. I think they should have told you. If only they told you this, if this is resonating with you. If they told you this, you could have helped them. You could have stood with them, but they didn't do that. If there's an axe involved, and I was getting this right at the beginning, wanting to look strong, not wanting to look weak in front of you. Yeah, it might not be exactly the scenario. But it feels like there's some kind of axe, or someone who feels still attached to them, and maybe they're making them feel threatened, or they're worried about the threat of losing something because of this axe. That's kind of what I'm getting here. And I think it's going to come out, actually. I think it's going to come out. I think they're going to come and tell you. Yeah, I'm seeing that here. They're going to come and tell you. They're going to tell you. And I'm seeing that in the Ten of Wands, and I'm going to get to that in a second. But I think they're going to tell you about this. And again, it might not be, it might not be, sorry, I'm stuttering. It might not be exactly like this whole scenario here. But there's definitely some kind of axe threat or axe stress around them. That's what I'm picking up on. And they feel as if they're going to lose things. I'm getting that. So whether it's a real threat or whether it's a perceived threat, that's how they're feeling. That's how they're feeling.